everybody. Welcome back to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour. I'm your host, Ross Pitt, and with me here today, as always, is my co-host, Wizzy Puff. Say hello, Wizzy.
Hello.
Lovely to hear your voice, as always. So, Wizzy, what's up with you?
I'm glad you asked. You see, I was just going through the forest, and I come upon this patch of mushrooms, and guess what?
What?
I should not have eaten those things. I think I'm gonna die tonight.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't care what you say, actually.
Bleeding from the inside.
I have never been more certain that I am not a cis man than I was earlier today.
What happened?
I remember I woke up and then I was like, parenthood. Being a father? Nah. Being a mother? Yeah.
Aw, yeah. You know, I kind of get that. I could understand. I would definitely be a great housewife / mom.
You would be.
But the part about being a woman is where I draw the line.
Would not draw the line there.
Yeah, that's what separates us.
Yeah.
But don't you think I would make a great uncle for your children?
I think you would.
Yes!
Would they call you Uncle Wizzy? Would you force them to call you Wizzy?
They don't call me Wizzy Puff, the Grandmaster Fresh Daddy-O of the West East. Everything on in between all that and a bag of chips. My full title, given to me by the Queen before she died. Then I will not consider them my family.
All right, well, there's a good news then. Dang it. Just trailed off on that one. All right, never mind. My ADHD has been, killing me this week.
Jeez. You still got your meds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. Maybe it's the sleep? But I haven't been sleeping any less than I've been before. In fact, I might be sleeping even more.
Oh, maybe that's it. You're not used to having your full brain power, and it wants to focus on everything now.
Oh, I haven't been sleeping enough for the full brain power. Just,
How long is that?
I've been sleeping more than the 3 hours I usually get.
Nice. That is better.
Yep. All right, so speaking of children, this week we will be reading Just Us by God of BBQ.
That name is amazing.
It is an amazing name. You know what else is an amazing name?
Wizzy.
Wizzy Pitt. Wink.
Foreshadow.
Anyways, let's get to reading Just Us by God of BBQ. Chapter, Mommy. And then there's this other thing that says Mommy. Rainbow sat comfortably on her red sofa, reading the latest edition of Daring Do entitled Daring Do and the Crystal Grail. I nearly said. Reading the latest edition of Daring Do entitled Daring Do and the Crystal Grail. Yet another great read. However, something faint interrupted her reading. Something so gentle one could easily not notice it. But Rainbow noticed. Boy, did she notice. She put her book to the side and looked down at her plump belly. Giving it a gentle rub, she felt yet another thump against the inside of her belly.
The baby's kicking,
she thought. She lifted the bottom of her tank top to reveal her distended belly, giving it yet another gentle rub. Rainbow was approaching her 7th month of pregnancy, and many would say she had been through it all.
Now, how many trimesters is that, Ross? Trivia.
Don't put me on the spot. I don't know.
That would be your 3rd trimester.
Ah, dang.
I literally just looked that up while you were trying to think.
You little fucker.
Well, now it's a good piece of trivia for the podcast. I thought it would be third trimester because I remember that's the late stage of pregnancy, but I had no clue how late that actually was.
I was going to say third trimester, but I didn't know for certain, and I didn't want to look like an idiot if it wasn't it. So I just said that I don't know. Perhaps me even looking more like an idiot.
And this is why multiple choice questions are the best, because then you can just pick a choice, and no matter what, you won't look like a dummy. Unless there was a prank choice in there. And that stumps me sometimes.
In this, it would just be first trimester, second trimester, or third trimester.
Oh, that's true. Well, I know it's not the first.
From the mood swings to the odd cravings poor Soren had to oblige to, many found it odd, even surprising, that somebody like Rainbow Dash had gotten pregnant. But it happened, and at first, Dash had desperately tried to hide it. So much so that even she herself began doubting she was pregnant, and thought it was a little extra weight. Well, it is a little extra weight.
That's what I tell myself. Oh, wait, no, I meant... I meant to say that I do it in the opposite order, but you know what? No. Yeah, I try and tell myself that it's just a little extra weight. I'm not pregnant. And like every time it turns out, yep, I'm pregnant.
Oh, you lucky little shit.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
lucky.
Jealous of you.
Once you get pregnant, you won't be.
Well, yeah, because then I would be pregnant and I wouldn't have to be jealous.
True.
God, I want to get pregnant. Anyways, but after some soul searching and a serious talk with her friends and a direct confirmation from her doctor, she accepted the fact that she was going to be a mother. But something about mommy never came to mind whenever Dash thought to herself. She always thought of herself as Rainbow Dash, the fastest runner in all of Equestria, not Rainbow Dash, the most loving mother in all of Equestria. Something about that title just sounded slow and boring to Dash. And Dash didn't do slow and boring. Oh, don't worry. This baby'll frickin' give you a runaround, all right?
Yeah, hers and Soren's baby is probably going to outrun her, at least eventually.
Oof. Yeah. Eventually, we all are able to outrun our parents.
Well, not all of us.
Man, my mind went to some dark imagery. I don't know if that's what you had in mind.
Well, I was implying that you died before your parents, presumably at a young age before you're able to run well.
Then yeah, me too.
Hey, high five.
Rainbow took another look at her body, pausing her rubbing for now as she stared long and hard at her belly. She remembering how her stomach used to look, toned, lean, and muscular. Now it looked fat and bloated, a look Dash would have never thought she'd be caught in. She remembered the stares she got when her belly first started to show. All those stares. Of course, normally, she liked being the center of attention, when it was positive attention, that is. However, when it was the sort of attention she was getting now, it felt more embarrassing than anything. People knowing exactly what she did to end up how she did. At least her friends accepted and even praised her new look, saying they were proud of her for taking such a leap of maturity. But she still felt no less awkward about it. In high school, she was known for physical fitness and sports. Now, 2 years after graduating high school, she was pregnant and inactive. Another thing she was embarrassed about was her new diet, consisting of very odd mixtures of foods like pickles, lemons, ice cream, etc. She felt bad for Soren, making him go out almost every night to pick up an odd meal for her and her alone. It also didn't help that he was also under a lot of stress. Stacked on top of being a Wonderbolt and having to attend many shows and meetings, he also had to look forward to being a father. All this and more made her feel guilty, thinking she should do more. Yeah, poor Soren. He's really going through it, man.
True, but he's a hard worker. Proud of him.
No one ever thinks of the fathers in this situation. Rainbow was disappointed with herself, how she was limited now, how she wasn't able to do anything anymore. And this was just during the pregnancy. She hadn't even thought about what life would be like after the baby was born. She'll be more tied down than ever before. Soren will be traveling most of the time, and Rainbow didn't really have a job, so she had no choice but to be the stay-at-home, the happy housewife, although she wasn't married to Soren. She looked at her belly, now with eyes of anger and disappointment.
This kid's gonna tie me down. I won't be able to do anything,
Rainbow complained.
God, why did I have to go to that Christmas party? It's not like they made me go.
Rainbow grumbled, remembering the night she and Soren got down and dirty.
Stupid Soren, not using protection. Why am I even with that bozo?
Rainbow asked as she pounded the space of couch next to her, feeling as though she needed to hit something or someone. If Soren got home early enough, it'd be someone. Rainbow began to think more and more about that night, how she had gotten drunk, really, really drunk. Drunk as in her friends had to carry her to the car, and poor Fluttershy had to drive her home and put her to bed drunk. To make matters worse, before that, they had found her in probably the most embarrassing position to be found in, totally naked in a broom closet, sleeping against a passed-out Soren, with both parties being covered in vomit and other liquids. Cool.
Sounds like a party.
My kind of party.
Ooh.
She then thought about how it had really began, and how she was the one who had made moves on Soren in the first place.
Damn it! Why did I have to wear that stupid skimpy outfit Rarity gave me?
She then thought some more.
Well, it wasn't really her fault I got nailed. It wasn't really Soren's fault either. I was the one who made moves in the first place.
So, I'm wondering if she was actually with Soren before this, or if they're only together now because of the baby.
I mean, maybe they got together before they realized, well, like, together-ish, before they realized they were having the baby.
Yeah, that might have been like the first night, and then they, like, got cozy together after that.
Yeah. She thought and thought some more until she became a little sad and embarrassed with herself. At this point, she completely stopped rubbing her belly as she thought more and more about how she had become who she was now.
Am I even ready for this kid? I mean, Soren won't be much help, and I can barely take care of myself. So how can I take care of a kid?
Rainbow asked herself, worried about the near future of being a mother. She would catch herself considering giving the child away once it was born, but she and Soren both knew they wouldn't be able to do that and live their lives like nothing had happened. The guilt would be too much, and Rainbow wouldn't feel too loyal, especially to her own kid. She then remembered Derpy of all people, and how she'd been a teen mom during high school. A wave of guilt washed over Rainbow. She shouldn't be complaining, especially when someone like Derpy had it worse. At least Rainbow was out of school when she became pregnant.
Okay, so do Derpy and Rainbow actually have like a close relationship in the show? Because I see them getting paired a lot.
Not really.
Huh.
They talk.
Does anyone else talk to Derpy?
Yeah. Though not a lot. In the 100th episode, Derpy talks to the doctor.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Freaking Time Turner?
Yeah, that guy.
Dang.
I like to call him just the doctor.
Yeah, I just remember the last fic I read with him had him named Time Turner. And I forgot that was his name.
He has a few different names, but the main one is either the Doctor or Time Turner, or Dr. Hooves, obviously.
Yeah, that's his tag.
Forgot about Dr. Hooves, I'll be honest. Rainbow looked at her belly, how it bulged out from her natural figure, how it stuck out like a sore thumb. It was embarrassing for sure, but there was something about it. Something Rainbow couldn't exactly pinpoint. Something reassuring, maybe? Who knew, really? All Rainbow knew was sooner or later a baby would come from that belly, and Rainbow would need to take responsibility. If not for her own sake, then for her kids. She then began to think about actually being a mother, how her whole life will change. She would have to say goodbye to most of her habits, but this was going to lead the way for so many fond memories with her, Soren, and her child. She couldn't help but chuckle to herself as she thought of so many possible situations her and her future child could get into. She could teach this kid so much. She could teach it everything she knew about athletics, get him or her to be just like her mommy.
Mommy.
Rainbow thought as she chuckled some more.
That'll be something I can look forward to.
The idea of hearing a little voice calling her mommy seemed a little exciting. This thought and more made her happier by the second. How she would be able to get this kid to be just like her. She and her child would share so many fond memories, and so much more had potential to happen.
Yeah, you think that's gonna happen, and then it turns out your kid goes woke.
Ugh, gross.
It's supposed to be just like me.
As she thought more and more, she felt a faint kick from the inside of her belly. She looked down at the bulging tummy. She smiled as the word mommy entered her mind. She rubbed the belly, still thinking of herself being called mommy, and when the time would come, she would no longer need to think about calling herself mommy, since someone else would be doing that for her. This word already does it.
Hey!
Author's note. Recently, a close friend of my family received the news she'll be having a baby, so I like to think of this story as a little gift. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this little heartwarming tale of Mommy Dash and Baby.
Nice.
And that was Just Us by God of BBQ.
You just know that the next day she's gonna have this whole crisis over again.
Mm-hmm.
She's got those nice pregnancy hormones going.
Must be fun. So, Wizzy, what did you think of it?
I thought this one was a really cute little fic. It's like a really short one that's like, I think it probably could have had a nice transition from the anger to the acceptance better, but I don't know, that does seem like pretty accurate to mood swings, so.
Yeah.
There was a couple typos in this, but overall it seemed pretty well written. I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5.
Yep. I would agree with that rating. I think, piggybacking off of that typo thing, I noticed a few tense, shifts from, most of it's in past tense, but sometimes it did switch to present tense, but it's, very rare and clearly not intentional.
Yeah, I could easily see that being a mistake that anyone could make, but
yeah,
I didn't even notice that when reading it, so good catch.
I might have to look over some of the reading or some of the specific sentences that I noticed again to make sure it wasn't just a whole thing, because sometimes stories do that, but it's specifically delving into people's thoughts and stuff like that at the time. And this story did that too, but I did notice a few times where it wasn't necessarily doing it like that.
I want to read a fic where it's entirely future tense. It's like Fluttershy's plan for the future. This is what is going to happen.
That I've never heard of a story that does that.
There has to be some, because they have all the different I don't know, the ones that are supposed to be like field notes or journaling. So I feel like there'd be one that's like someone's plan for what's gonna happen.
Hold on. Future tense stories. I don't feel bad about derailing this and bit ending stuff here, because it's a rather short episode.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Future tense. Can a robot be sad? What happens when an AI goes to therapy? This is interesting.
That does sound interesting.
By E.R. Ramsapur. This is written weird, but it's not in future tense.
Aw. The only future tense it's in is in the future where robots exist.
Ooh. A Reddit post about this. Aura by Carlos Fuentes. Apparently that's in future tense. So anyways, yeah, I think Dash is going to be a pretty good mom.
Yeah. Which Dash would you trust with your child more? This one or the Rainbow Dash from the cutest infestation? Most adorable infestation.
Most adorable. Well, this one doesn't have any experience. And the one from the most annoying infestation.
Oh yeah. For some reason I thought it was something about how cute the bat was.
Batty is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, Kerfuffle Darkwing.
I forgot that was his name.
Yep. I would say that Dash has a bit more experience in parenting than this one.
That is true.
She took a pest and made it her child.
But do you think she made it her child? Or Batty just worked his way into her heart?
I mean, isn't that how all children do it?
That's true. At first, they're so annoying.
God.
Shut up, kid.
Except for my child. My future child, whomever they may be. They are perfect in every way. And if they ever get in trouble for any crimes, it was me who did it.
I mean, probably was. Sounds like you're just admitting to, like, framing your child for a crime.
You're welcome. So, yeah, I did rather like the story. Oh, no. I accidentally dropped Wizzy Thunderburger. Come on. There you go.
No, your child.
My baby boy. No. All right. Anything else to say?
Flieber glibberjabbin.
Flargaburgaburga.
Inga-dinga-durgan.
Those were completely different languages. But they didn't notice.
Now, what language did Leif Erikson speak?
I think that's Scandinavian.
Oh, well, I guess we'll find out on the next podcast. Next episode.
Please, Wizzy. I have to go to church. Can't be talking about the next episode.
You're going to church this hour?
Yep, I'm going to church.
Getting Wizzy Thunderburger baptized?
Yep, gonna be reading my Bible.
Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog in the shrine of your lives.
Wanna open an art gallery?
I don't have any art for the gallery.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'd open an art gallery. I trust your business.
All right, cool.
Savvy.
Awesome. Then that's what we're gonna do. All right, everybody. Good night. Come back next time. For whatever.
See ya! Recording. A podcast by Ross and Wizzy.
Dramatic. Let's leave that in.
This is going to be a dramatic fic, I think. Although it's not tagged drama. I think sad is usually dramatic.
Slice of life can be dramatic.
Yeah.
We've learned that before.
Would you consider Great Big Sky dramatic?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wonder if that one is tagged dramatic. Or drama, I guess.
I don't know. Let's see. Great Big Sky.
I'm the great big guy.
Yes, you are. Nope. Adventure. And sad.
Yeah, I think adventure is pretty fitting, but Yeah, I feel like drama's probably saved more for like soap opera-esque fics.
Oh my gosh. I would love one that's just soap opera.
Yes.
Just so soap opera-y. Ooh.
Rarity gets hold of like a Death Note reality-changing book, and she can just like write what happens, and she turns the world into a soap opera.
That would be her.